to pop in here real quick and talk. I keep reading. Oh, I am just reading. I think I showed you already. The Shadow Trilogy is the literature. It's just, he names the trilogies every time. But I think I've talked about this. Michael Clay Thompson was a public school teacher, and he created this literature-based homeschool curriculum. But it's fabulous. It's so good. It is so good. I talk about it to so many people. Eli is doing things in 6th grade. We diagram sentences in 8th grade, like a ton of them with Mr. Sloan. But we did at most 3-level analysis. He's doing 4-level analysis and identifying sentence types in 6th grade. And without argument, and in addition to that, like, it's hard. I mean, it is hard, but I love how they do it. They do 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4 level, and he's gotten so much better through the progression. So we have 3 novels we're reading this year. We're reading The Hound of Baskervilles, Jekyll and Hyde, and The Murders in the Rue Morgue. So fabulous. I'm really excited, but I'm reading the instructor manual right now. Just the introductory to like know what I need to be doing. This is the first year we're using this program, and I am so impressed. So he doesn't add a lot of busy work. Now, having said that, it's very technical work. The things that you're doing is very technical, and you're getting a lot out of it. But for reading and literature, the point is to enjoy it. The point is not busy work. He opts for rich discussion and enjoyment over tedious busy work. He also wants no interruptions in the story. So one thing that's really, really common in, English pedagogy, at least at the middle school, high school level, is every few chapters of a book that you read, when you do novel studies, you get quizzed on. And he doesn't like to break up the continuum or the enjoyment of the book. And I completely agree. That is the point. And he says, I do not like the practice of traditional written quizzes every so chapters because it's too intrusive. It breaks up the continuum of reading. We should leave the story alone as much as possible. Our pedagogy should tiptoe and whisper. I agree. It's common knowledge that to be, the best way to be literate is to read. So I like the techniques. I like the pedagogy. I love the words that he uses, the description. Anyway, this is fabulous. I'm loving it. I'm gonna get some knitting done and watch a show. I am a cup of coffee in. I usually am awake before everybody in my family. Although usually people come down by now. It's probably 6:30-ish. Today we have a bunch of cleaning. I can barely move my neck and shoulders, so that's fun. My husband's home too. We're both off campus for the semester, so we need to get our car cleaned because it's disgusting. I need to pack my craft bag. I need to pack any holiday crafts that we want to do with my sister that we have the supplies for here. I'm going to bring that stuff now. One of the things we want to do is salt dough villages. We found, I'll put a picture up, this image that I think we could handle, and it looks so cute, and I want them for in front of my TV, like along, if that would work. I don't know how we'll get them to stand up. We might have to put like little wedges on them, but we want to do that. So I'll get like the cookie cutters for our Play-Doh and stuff out. What else are we doing? My son and I have haircuts at 12:15, and I put off a haircut for a really long time. We've kind of been in a standoff, and he was in soccer for 2 seasons and still didn't want to cut it, even though his hair was everywhere. I don't think he's going to cut it much shorter. I think we're going to get it styled and trimmed up. So we'll see what he ends up choosing and what he wants to do. I'm not taking length off. I'm just evening out the layers. Like the top layer hasn't grown as much and I need some bulk and like close the gap, right? And his is pretty a long gap between layers. So I want to like even it out so it just looks more uniform. Then we're going to go to the Chippewa Nature Center, which is amazing. And we're going to go to the Visitor Center. My kids do nature homeschool classes there. We have friends that we meet up with every Thursday. It is great. I mean, it's fabulous. It's so good. It's one of my favorite highlights of my week. But we're going there this week instead. Sometimes we come here. Sometimes we go to that Cultivate coffee shop I've talked about at the mall. But other than that, I have final projects that just came through last night for my math topics class. So I have those to grade. Final grades are not due till Tuesday, so I have plenty of time to grade. I would love to get them graded by the end of tomorrow. We are driving all day tomorrow, so that's actually a really good time to read papers. It's actually a pretty in-depth project. Remember, I am taking things over. I did not write this assignment. I don't love it, but they have to write about 4 different topics, 1 to 2 pages. Or they could do videos or a presentation or whatever. So that's a lot of grading for 28 students, in my opinion, especially since I literally say all the time that I got into math so I wouldn't have to write. Joke's on me. So I'll have all that to do. I imagine a lot of that is not going to get done today, which is fine. All right, well, I'm going to grab a second cup of coffee, finish reading, and do some knitting and watch some Vlogmas. Hey guys, I am on my way to dermatology. Yeah! They squeezed me in. They know, I mean, it's Accutane, so it's a quick appointment. I don't know if anybody's done Accutane, but there's a lot involved with it, and I am doing Accutane. It also probably seems like I'm complaining about an optional thing, but I am doing Accutane as an unauthorized treatment for hidradenitis suppurativa. It's a chronic systemic inflammatory disorder caused by an overactive immune system. And this is, in mild cases, shown to improve. So I am doing it for a debilitating thing that I have going on. It is not simply for acne. Regardless, it doesn't matter why I'm doing this, but it is intense. You have to do monthly pregnancy tests and blood work and monthly appointments, and you have to use like 2 forms of birth control and input it in the computer every month before you can get your meds because they're heavily controlled. So anyway, it's just a lot and it feels very overwhelming, even though it's only once a month. But, well, there's multiple things once a month, so it's just a lot. But I'm really happy they got me in. They are squeezing me in between appointments since it's mostly a nurse's visit. So that's good. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm coming home for haircut to grab Eli for haircuts. And then we're going to the nature center. It's raining and gross, but we're still going to go because we were going to go in the visitor center. So they have exhibits and stuff like that. And we want to go hang out with our friends there. So that's what our plan is for today. Hey guys, I just left dermatology and it went really well. The owner of the practice was who I saw today, and she shoved me. She had overheard the conversation with me trying to schedule, and she made a point to let them know that she would shove me in. And so she put me on her schedule now so that if I have to miss an appointment, that it's easy to fix and she can put me on and it's not a problem. I have ADHD, and I've talked about this a lot. It's really cool when people offer you accommodations and you don't have to ask for them. It was awesome. I had a real conversation with her about why I missed 2 appointments and that I started a new job and I have ADHD and I'm still homeschooling and XYZ, and it just fell through the cracks. And her response was, shit happens. You go on my schedule so that if this happens, it's not a problem. And that was awesome. It was really cool and felt very understood. I not only got grace and understanding, but I got accommodation. And as someone who has had to fight for the accommodations that they deserve, it's very refreshing. So, on to do a Goodwill drop-off on the way home and off to haircuts.
magic of Christmas is here. The streets are singing with cheer. Snowflakes are falling and everyone's calling. The magic of Christmas is here. The magic of Christmas is near. A countdown till presents appear. Houses are glowing and love will be flowing with every excitable cheer. Lights on the houses and sweets in the stockings.
Hey guys, it is 10 o'clock and I am going to bed. We came back around 4 from the nature center. It was fabulous. We sat at the river overlook, and there's footage of that, and we sat and had coffee and I knit and talked to my friends. It was wonderful. And the kids got to go look at the exhibits, and then they went on a walk, and then came back in and played with the toys more. So that was awesome. Came home, made dinner. I do this like Cajun sausage. It's turkey kielbasa and little potatoes and canned green beans, and it's so easy and I love it. And then I took our neighbor home because it gets dark so early now. Eli and I watched the end of Christmas Chronicles, and we started the Christmas Prince, which I always love. I love those movies, and Eli will watch them with me. They're cute, and it's about family and love. Anyway, we started that. I got some rows on my ash bark blanket done. I am 5 pattern repeats, so I now have 4 more. If I make it to 9, I don't know. I don't know that I'll make it to 9. It's already pretty big, but we'll see. I have plenty of yarn, so that's coming with me. I have my craft bag mostly packed. I'm taking the piano scarf with me because it needs to get done. That needs to be, once this blanket's done, since I'm seeing them first, I need to get that finished. And then I have my vanilla knitting. So I have the hat I was working on today while getting our haircuts, and quite a bit of yarn just in case for socks for the kids. So I'll have plenty of vanilla knitting for the trip. And I act like I couldn't just go buy yarn, but I have projects already. And I think I threw in the Beautiful Day shawl on the off chance I get done with the piano shawl. I don't think that's gonna happen, because I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna then wanna do some vanilla knitting. We'll see. But I packed enough crafts and my needle set so I can get more yarn if I need to. So tomorrow we leave it's not pretty early, but Stella has speech at 7, and I have an appointment at 8. So about 8:30 we'll probably come home, and I imagine we'll be gone by like 9. We're pretty much packed. We just have to pack like toiletries and water bottles and we're good. So it'll be easy, and we'll be out for almost 9-hour drive. My kids are really good travelers. It's gonna be a long day, but there's 2 drivers, and we have to grade. Both of us do, and I'm sure my husband does more grading. I don't know, his classes are smaller, but I don't know. I have final projects to grade, and he has finals projects to grade too. So I think we'll take turns grading, and whoever's tired of grading will then like swap and drive. I feel like we'll be swapping back and forth a good bit, and we'll see if we get there before my sister gets off work. And if we have to find something to do in Hershey, which will be fun. You go through downtown to get to her house, so if she's just not ready, we'll just stop there on the way. Or the little strip, I don't know if that's considered downtown. But yeah, I'm really excited. Today just was a whirlwind in such a good way. I am so glad I got to see my friends, even for a very, very short bit. But I'm really glad we got to go hang out, and we got stuff done today. Yeah, it was a good day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.